This week's Job with Jason. This week's topic, it's a big one. I get this question all the time. It's like, Jason, hey, what's the difference between a Cherry Creek mortgage company and a big bank or online lender or mortgage broker? What's the difference between all you guys, and why should I look at one versus the other? So I want to go through the 4 different types of mortgage lenders today, just so you are educated and know what's out there. All right. So number 1, you always have the big banks. That's like a Wells Fargo, a Chase, a Bank of America. So what are they good at? So they have a lot of control. They have a lot of things in place to make sure that you get moved down the conveyor belt, if you will. Sometimes if you bank with them, they already have your asset documentation, all right? So those are some good things about the big banks. I'll tell you, the feedback I get a lot of times is sometimes they're not as personal. And the other drawback is they usually only have their loan product. So Wells Fargo has their loan program and that's it. So they don't have a lot of variety. All right. On the opposite end of the spectrum is the mortgage broker. So I used to be a mortgage broker about 10 years ago. The mortgage broker is a middleman. All right. So what they do really well is they should have a lot of different products because they can go out into the industry and find different loan programs from different mortgage banks that you probably never even heard of, some of them that you had, but they're literally just a middleman going through and looking for the best rates and fees typically, and sometimes they do come across with fantastic rates. The problem I found when I was a mortgage broker is you have total no control. All right, so you don't own the underwriters, you don't own sometimes you own the processors, but you don't fund your own money. You typically don't own your own appraisals, so you lose a lot of control. If you're selling a house and buying a house, you lose that control. A lot of mortgage brokers, they wish they had the control of an underwriter down the hall or the closing department. They just don't have it, but they get pretty decent rates, all right? The number 3 thing is the online lenders. That's a kind of a new thing in the past couple of years, but they're out there, the LendingTrees of the world, the Quickens of the world. They are big technology-based companies, usually very, very efficient if your loans are very, very clean and you don't really have a timeline, okay? So they're very efficient on that. The drawbacks I see come across my desk, it's usually a turn and burn mentality. There's no relationship. And a lot of times they're not even in the area that they're servicing. They're sitting in a cubicle different states away and they may not know exactly what's going on in your local market, okay? And you lose a little bit of your education piece of it. So the last one is a mortgage banker, and that's what we are at Cherry Creek Mortgage Company. I've worked as a mortgage broker. I've been an online lender before. A correspondent mortgage lender has total control. So it's really cool. We have our own money. We have total control. There are times when I'll walk down the hall, talk to my underwriters, work out deals if we need to get them worked out. And our number 1 goal is to make sure we have full ops, we have technology, service, and we're obviously giving you the money as well too. So I've really enjoyed the last 10 years being what I think is the best of both worlds, being a private mortgage correspondent lender. So if you have any questions, we can broker your loan, we can fund it ourselves, we have total control, variety, and we have really good interest rates as well too. So if you have any questions, give me a shout. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of the lay of the land in the mortgage business. Talk to you soon.